Our guest is Joseph Chiedu Ugbo. He's the MD CEO, Niger Delta Power Holding Company, NDPHC. And we're looking at the question of efforts at attaining uninterrupted power supply in Nigeria. We've done quite a bit, but a lot of questions have come in, and they're concentrating on the distribution area, because he's just explained that, look, even if you've got 99% of it right, that last 100% must be there so that people at home can relate to it. But I know you wanted to complete something, so I'll let you complete that before I go on to my next question.
So I just wanted to say that, as we say, there's a truism. I mean, it's right that there cannot be industrial development without electricity. And that is why, like I mentioned again at the beginning, that you need strong political will, you need proper coordination. And the question had come, say, what happens to the rest of the capacity in the power plants? And I'm saying, so what I want to say is what we're trying to do at Niger Delta Power Holding Company, where we have quite a number of the capacity not taken. The vice president himself, we're doing what we call Light Up Nigeria. If you like, you can call it energizing businesses. Okay. The vice president, Senator Kashin Shettima, His Excellency Senator Kashin Shettima, GCON, is leading the charge. He's the chairman of my company. He's leading the charge. We're energizing businesses, industries, industrial clusters. We started with Agbara. You must have seen us.
Around business.
Round table. Yes. Business. So we're gathering that those businesses, because what they are getting now, they're getting electricity at about 350 naira per kilowatt hour, self-generation. And we can sell to them at less than 100 naira or thereabout. You can imagine the impact of that. So we are gathering that, and we have, they can consume up to 200 megawatts in that area. So we are trying to clear, we have the power plants, so we have the electricity. So what the challenges in the network, we are working with transmission company. So the transmission company is expanding the transmission station in Agbara, and we are doing the last mile. We work to clear the distribution, so do the last mile, make sure they have not just affordable, it has to be reliable, and it has to be sustainable. And that's what we are doing. We are working on, we have that, we signed with Ibadan Disco as well. We're taking up the industrial areas in Ota, and here is Shagamu Interchange, or that area. So we are going to also supply them because we have the capacity available. It's not useful to Nigerians being at the power plant. So we're taking it right from the power plant to where they are needed. Okay. That's what my company is doing. Yeah.
Alfred, in Gowan Estate, again in Lagos. Good morning to you. Oh, I just lost Alfred. Let me take this opportunity for you to also clear something up. I described you as the CEO, MD and CEO of Niger Delta Power Holding Company. Why the Niger Delta? It's a Nigerian thing, isn't it? Is there an emphasis on Niger Delta here?
So the time the company was set up, I think there were serious agitations in the Niger Delta. And the design of the company, the generation is to have power plants located in the Niger Delta. And we have power plants in the Niger Delta state, the NDDC states up to Ondo. Yeah, so apart from Akwa Ibom, we have in Cross River down to Ondo. So we have 8 power plants in the traditional NDDC states, including Abia and Imo State. And then we have here, not too far from me, along Shogo, close to Pakpaland to Ogun State. We have our biggest power plant is there. And then, of course, we have in Geregu near Jokuta. Those two are just the only exceptions. So because the power plants are located in Niger Delta State, so they named it Niger Delta. And I think they wanted we in the Niger Delta to have a sense of belonging. We are the host states.
But it's actually a national
It's a national thing. We were funded from the SS Crude account, which is part of the Federation account. And so it belongs to Nigeria.
What percentage, if you want, of Nigeria's requirement does the Niger Delta Power Holding Company?
I can't tell you offhand now, but what I tell you is that I think it follows the revenue allocation formula. The way they share the revenue, that's the percentage. And I can tell you again that the states put together with their local governments. So states and local governments have 53% of our company, while the federal government is the single largest holder, 47%.
Okay.
So all the states put together with all the local governments put together have 53%.
Mazi Okoroafo in Arochukwu, thank you for holding on. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, our guest.
Yes.
Mazi Okoroafo. Sorry, you see, when we talk about power, energy, and as that as 10 years of privatization, what happened? The federal government have to investigate these 10 years of privatization. Those people who bought all these our energy sectors for good 10 years, they cannot break even. In fact, what I mean by break even, for the mass to have access to it, for the manufacturers to have access to it, for TVC and other television houses to have access to energy. Now you ask yourself, what is it? I think federal government has to go back to the state. Find out who are those people that bought these our powerhouses for 10 good years. They cannot give us the best. Now, Sayuri and our guests are Nigerians who are listening. Ukraine is fighting war for over 1 year. The same Ukraine are supplying energy to other countries. The same Ukraine are having excess energy. The same Ukraine see that anytime they need energy, no matter what the type of bomb Putin and boys will send, they will still go back and revive the system. So I start asking myself, all the universities of science and technology where we have engineering, electrical, electronics, and mechanical, metaphysics, what are they doing? It is the high time that the federal government mandates states to start generating their own power. The states, also the local government, the states should move to local government where they have a stability. How do we get this system? What do we do now? All these dams, what are the honorable members? Can't they help us do dams? From there, not in Nigeria, it will happen. Look, as long as energy is a major problem in this country, there is no way manufacturers can function. There is no way all these vegetarians can function. There is no way all these entrepreneurs we sing every day as song as them. You cannot function because we need energy. And this energy is very, very easy to access. It's very, very easy to get. The job that we sit down, give job to people who don't know, to people who cannot break even, to people who don't have access to all, to people who are not ready to help Nigeria move forward. Rather, people that are sitting down just to depress and kill the country. Look, the area we come out from our slumber, the better for us. Let's look for those people that are ready to give us. There are volunteers. Look at the solar panel we are talking. How much is solar panel? You see people, where are the materials? The materials are accessible in this country. But
okay.
the people that are good to do them, have they been given an opportunity to do that? No way. So the area we think positively better for us. As long as we are delivering in terms of energy, it is not possible. There's no way we can break even. That is for manufacturers to move forward without energy. These are the major
okay,
okay,
Mazi Okoroafo. Thank you very much. Let's get our guests to respond to some of those issues.
Yeah. 10 years of privatization. Fantastic. I think we just had a conference recently talking about 10 years of privatization. But the truth remains, in privatization, I mean, from the reform, there was the vertical bundling of the sector, and that's separating distribution from transmission and generation. Generation was privatized, distribution was privatized. Generation, I mean, from the report of BPE, I think nearly all the generation companies met their performance targets. Of course, that's why we're having close to 14,000 megawatts. You know, the generation companies met their targets. They are doing well. But like I said, it's still a chain. So no matter what you do, if you like, have all that. Distribution, there have been a lot of calls on distribution. Yes, there are challenges, and challenges are being faced. Like I said, it's been properly dimensioned. Mm-hmm. The challenges are being worked on, and it's just a matter of time. The minister at the meeting is also, the minister has reiterated the fact that, look, we are going to monitor you closely. Okay. And if you have challenges, we are also going to work with you to make sure that we resolve all these challenges. There have been blames over time. The government did not do what it's supposed to do, this one, that. That's why we've not been able to perform. But I think now all hands are on deck, we've gotten to a point where we have to work and resolve all these challenges.
Okay, because it's interesting you said that, because I was going to come to the question of a reported or perceived dispute between you, NDPHC, and TCN and Aba Electric. As I said, wow. I'll come to that, but in the meantime, Elder David, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Yori, God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, please.
We thank God. The light is improving now. There is no lie about it. The light is improving now. I say there is no lie about it.
Okay, it is improving. That's good to hear.
In 1998, you remember, when the PDP government came in, 2,000 megawatts is what they had.
Exactly.
Until when the league government remained like that. Yes, these are facts. It's not a hate speech. Me and you, we know that. And when the TVC government comes in, yes, there was a change, 2015, because this PDP government, privatization and liquidation of 34 parastatal, I always said it here, federal parastatal, that provide jobs for millions of youths, that made people like us who retire in 1998 to lose our pension. In fact, may God forgive them. May God forgive them. I pray as you are there, you will retire on your own pension. When the APC government comes to us, they start to correct all those things. The one we call privatization of NEPA, we know what happened. Bring this disco in, and it was the same 2000. But this government has just come within seconds now. It's not up to 6 months in government. Until you say you are not getting light in your area here, you are playing politics. The light is very regular now.
Okay.
We know it has improved very well. What we are saying
now
is that those who want to sabotage this government,
fact.
Well, we leave them to God.
Fact.
May God forgive them, and they should not try it. Because this government that are coming, within 1 year, if we are patient, you will see that all those factories that have gone to Ghana and other will come back. These are facts. Let us pray for this government. Congratulations that this man is there. Till 2031, he is still there ruling. As well as you are met by the grace of God. It will be better for everyone or for better for everyone.
Well, thank you very much for calling in, Elder David. Okay, I had asked, what is that perceived dispute? First of all, is it indeed fact that there's a dispute between NDPHC, TCN, and Aba Electric?
Yeah, I think this must have been from the advert TCN put out. Yes, what we are doing, Aba Electric has the franchise area for Aba. As a matter of fact, 9 local governments in Abia State out of 15. And when they took over from Enugu Disco, they contacted us, so we have to supply them directly. And of course, we are prepared, like I said, because bilateral, we are prepared to work with them, resolve the network challenges, and get them to serve. So, but it's a bilateral contract. That's 2 people involved. And as you would imagine, there will be issues, but it's not a declared dispute. Okay. Yeah. We are having challenges. So I'm not getting enough power. I'm not paying. I'm not, all of that.
Because it's also said that you're owed 180 billion.
Yes. We're owed, the market owes us. Okay. Come that, yes. That is part of the problems with generation. All the generation companies are owed. So if you come to generation, now let me put it properly, in proper perspective. If you come to generation, apart from gas challenge, apart from transmission, the transmission challenge is such that, one, you are not, what you have available is not taken, right? So put it like this, you have goods manufactured in the warehouse. You don't have a transporter to move them to where they are needed, and where we call load centers. So to the market where they are needed, we call that load centers. So that's a problem. That's one. So you have that. So you are not doing up to your capacity. 2, even the one that's taken is not fully paid for. Again, because of the tariff, the collection inefficiencies. They will tell you the electricity, the velocity is supposed to move in this direction, and the money is supposed to return in equal velocity back. But the money short lands because you serve consumers, They don't pay for whatever reason, argument with the discos. Discos, whatever they collect, they remit. There's a short lines to the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading, and they pay us less. And that's why I said the gas issue is commercial, because the gas man is not fully paid, he's not interested in it. You see what is happening.
Let me quickly.
That's where we're owed that it's over 180 billion.
Over 180 billion, as reported. Mr. Omolayo in Bauchi, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. My name is Omolayo, Mrs. It's not Mr. Omolayo.
Okay, ma'am.
From Bauchi Town.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for calling in. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Then good morning, sir. Please, good morning to your guests too. Please, I want to make a complaint, sir. My complaint is to Judge Bauchi. They are the one covering Bauchi. That's just electricity distribution. I recharged since May this year. I recharged token, but the token was not sent to me, and they debit me through PAMP. So I complained to PAMPay. PAMPay direct me back to JED. I went to JED to their head office in Bauchi several times. I make the complaint. I've been going there more than 20 times. Even when I calculate the transportation, it's even more than the money that I recharge. Why am I complaining? This is the second time it will happen to me. The customer service there, they will direct me to their accountant. The accountant direct me back to the customer service, up and down. If I complain to the PAMPay asked me to go back to JED. Up to now, my money was not reversed back to me. And JED was telling me that why did I recharge through PAMPay? I'm supposed to come to their office and recharge. And I was not saying that, is it not PAMPay? Is it not part of the agent that you people are using? Why are you not telling me? Are you not saying that if my card ends in the night, I should come to your office in that night, come and recharge? Sir, please, I want you to help me. Not that is the money, but the stress that I go through. I'm in Nigeria, I've been recharged, I'm not owing any money. So why will my money will be with them and they will not refund it? It happened to me last year. I forfeit the money. This time around almost 8,500.
Mrs. Omolayo, thank you very much for calling in. Indeed, your complaint is very important, especially to you. But I don't know the extent to which you can weigh in on that.
So I at least I've seen the name, Ms. Omolayo.
Mrs. Omolayo.
Mrs. Omolayo, and
in Bauchi.
Yes, in Bauchi. I know the MD of Just Disco very well. I will pass this to him personally. I don't know if I think she can pass on her contact to you.
Sure.
Send that to me. I will make sure they address that.
It's just as well that you brought that matter out, Mrs. Omolayo. And I don't know, not being sexist or anything, the fact that it was Mrs. Omolayo that called in just sort of reminded me about gas. And because, again, I'm talking about domestic gas here, or gas generally. What's the implication of it being priced in dollars?
Yes, I've been involved in transactions. I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm now involved in operations, and I can see how it bites. So the producers themselves, to hedge against this kind of volatility in the market and the foreign exchange market, who want to keep their tariff denominated in USD. They don't collect USD.
They don't collect.
Yes, they get paid. Yes, they get paid in naira, but at the exchange rate at the time of payment. That's it's cost a huge liability for distribution. Now that with the exchange rate, with the parity, in the market, it had to go up. And that means you have to pay more for gas in terms of naira. But they do that because I understand them saying that most of their cost, or the substantial part of their cost, production cost, is in USD. Okay. I have taken them up and said, look, you have onshore costs, that's within the country, local cost. And they say it's just very small. So if it's
because people have the notion that we produce gas
now. We produce gas, but the cost, all the equipment you use, just like power. That's why, again, part of why the power problem remains generation. Everything you need to use in the power plant, it's imported. The turbines.
Okay, let me. Mr. Alao in Victoria Island, Lagos. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you today, sir?
Very well, thank you. Please
sir,
go ahead.
These coals are the major challenge of electricity supply. Yeah, the disco companies are major challenges to power supply. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, they are the major problem to electricity supply in the country. You recall, sir, with your age, I know that in the days of ECN, once you submit your form, they will supply you with meter. But this day, customers are made to purchase meters, and the discos are not making these meters available to customers. Take, for instance, Ikeja Electric, even despite the increase of the prepaid meter purchase to 81 for single phase and about 100 plus for three phase, Ikeja Electric since August has blocked the channel for payment for meters. But then they continue to give estimated bills to the accounts that have been created, thereby sniffing life out of customers with the estimated billings. This is a way not to encourage customers to apply for prepaid meters. And without prepaid meters, how do you get funds to enhance electricity supply?
Okay, that's a challenge. I beg your pardon for interrupting you, but because we're running out of time, and I did want, but I think that's the gist of the point that you wanted to make. Let me bring it to Mr. Ugbo.
I just want to say I'm very sure that the regulator is listening. I'm very sure that Ikeja Disco is listening. I will also take it back to the company and to the Regulatory Commission the points you've made. But I just want to assure you that, like I mentioned at the beginning, this government is doing everything possible to ensure that we have electricity. So this will soon be a thing of the past. Rest assured, it will soon be a thing of the past. But I'm taking you a particular issue, taking note of that. I will take it back to the appropriate quarters, i.e. the Regulatory Commission and, of course, Ikeja Disco.
You know, there's so many questions because it's such an important topic and it concerns every Nigerian, but we've run out of time. So let me just ask your thoughts on, look, 10 years after power privatization, does it appear to you to be a curse or a blessing? Your thoughts on that?
It was meant to be a blessing. It was designed to be a blessing. But as you would expect, when you have blessings like that, the devil comes in. But don't worry. I think a minister previously said, what previous minister said, we'll chase out the demons.
We will chase out the demons.
So this government is working to ensure that everything is corrected and it's working the way it should work. Like I said, the problems have been properly dimensioned. Everybody knows its role. And then with the coordination being brought on board by this government, it will be resolved in no time. In no time, I assure you.
Well, we're going to have to leave it there. And I want to thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Chiedu Ugbo, MD, CEO of Niger Delta Power Holding Company of Nigeria. And lest the name, deceive you, it's a national asset. It belongs to everybody, but it was named after where it is located and cited. Thank you very much once more, Mr. Ugbo, for coming on our program today.
Thank you very much.
You must come back because there's so many areas that we...
No, we are here, we are ready. A lot is being done.
Indeed.
Unless we talk to people like you and to Nigerians, they will not know what is being done.
Thank you very much.
But one parting word, the Vice President is personally leading the Light Up Nigeria initiative, which we are doing, and we are working to ensure that businesses and homes are energized. And in no time, you'll see that happening.
Thank you very much. Well, that's our program today, quite an exciting one, even if I say so myself. Please join us, not tomorrow, but on Monday, for a fresh edition. I am Iyori Folare. Bye-bye for now.